because I enjoy building things. So I did, where's my bed? So I did that, and this bed's glitched. I was so upset when somehow it got deleted. Like, I was furious. Oh no, the bed's fixed now. And so that is no longer a thing I am very sad about. But I do still have the survival map. It's like survival island type thing, but it was set in like a post-apocalyptic like area, so there was only stone. You're like walled in. It was like a chunk, maybe like 4 chunks wide, and there's like 1 tree, some grass. There's like the bare minimum like that you could get to like restart it, and so you're supposed to, pretty much the gist of it. It's still in progress, but it's kind of just hanging there because I haven't really wanted to do anything with it. So the gist of it was you need to blah 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 certain quests and items you need to complete, but it was you need to repopulate, whatever. So you need to fill the thing with dirt and grass, or get it like big and do tons of stuff so animals will spawn and yada yada yada. Basic survival map, except without grass. So there's all these like these really in-depth backstories, which there's a I'm going to say this right now, that there's a disclaimer on that survival map that if you choose to, there is a lot of reading. Like a lot. Like whole text files, just walls of text. Which is why they're optional. Because I know there are some people that have bookcases in Skyrim. My friend, another friend being one of them, this is why I bring it up, that like to collect and actually read like all of the books that they find. I would like to, but some of them are not interesting at all, and I think there's over, why I can't go that way. I think there's over like 5,000 books or something. There's an absurd amount of books in Skyrim, let me tell you, which is why they are not, is why they're not optional, which is why they are optional to read. So I was trying to make it appeal to more of those people at the same time, where it's more of the, there's a certain, alright, I'm going to play this as loosely as possible because this is actually part of the story that you later find out. So there is things describing the past about places on the map that are important. I think that's as good and as loose as I can cover it without giving anything away. So they are important if you want to know like more in depth about the place on the map that you need to go to, which is where you find them. Like this. The reason I'm making it so like complicated to explain is because it's really easy to just say, oh yeah, it's this, and you'd be like, oh, I know. I can just assume from all the things I've learned in my life that this, and this, and this, and list of other things are because and attached to this place, object, area. So, which is why I'm being as broad and as confusing as possible. And it incorporates, there are special rules that like you need to, why am I not running? Where some blocks are false blocks, so you need to actually break them. Even though it is a typical, like, oh, this is a survival map so you can break anything. There are rules to which you can't break stuff, obviously. Which I think I'm going to change because, and if you do, like, the whole map is just, like, cracked open and then you can easily just complete it. And that is as far as I'm going to go, because I thought I revealed too much. But in addition to being an actual survival map, it is actually an adventure map at the same time. And that is all I'm going to give away on that subject. So that's going to be done eventually. No, sorry. Back on the topic of obviously the sunblocks can't break. Yeah, that's how I almost got to spoiling the twist. What a twist! But obviously in some blocks where I don't want you to break, there's bedrock. You know, there's obsidian on places that I want you to break eventually. Like stuff like that. I need to eat. There's stuff like that there. And it is going to be multiplayer. I don't know if there's still this problem with multiplayer custom maps where it spawns you at the top of the Y coordinate. So if you remember back to like 1.6, there were certain maps that had a multiplayer starting area, because when you start a multiplayer custom map, it only saves the spawn point for one of them. So it would spawn them at the top of the Y-axis. Oh, fuck. Why did everything just reload? It would spawn them exactly where the first person spawned, but at the top of the Y-axis. So they would either fall to their death repeatedly, or spawn somewhere completely. I think they fixed the problem like the next like the X point X1 they did fix that problem of falling to your death in custom maps. But then you just spawn somewhere completely like, where the hell am I? Outside of the map. So yeah, and this was started at around 1.819, like right before the full release came out. So there are a lot of stuff that probably does not work anymore, because I think it's been like 6 months since I've even opened that up. But I will do that eventually. Now that I've talked and explained everything, it kind of makes me want to go back and start it up again. But so I'm going to, like, and there are one more. I want to tell you just a tad bit more about the custom map. So obviously, this is like an apocalypse survival. So something happened before that I haven't actually gotten this far in like actually writing the story. But something happened before, which is probably terrible, because like I don't even know what's gonna happen in the story. How can you? But something that happened before that put you in that predicament, obviously, of being trapped here at the place in the box surrounded by bedrock, and you meet. No, you don't meet anyone, because there are no like villagers at that time, or NPCs. So you don't meet anyone. Sorry, just scratch that. Like I could clarify what I meant, but that would be giving it away. And are you fucking, like, why? Like, seriously. Why is this seed full of ocean biomes? I do not approve. I do not approve whatsoever. This fucking seed is just God. Oh, that's the wrong button. It's just terrible. Like, the seed is terrible. It's downright Darius. We enjoyed story time. I know, I was like, how did I get on that subject? But I know, because I was talking about the things I've built. in Minecraft, so that's why I don't know what I want to build and what I want to build now. I'm just gonna go ahead, and since I've talked about everything that I wanted to talk about with the custom map, I'm just gonna go ahead and just cut to either the game crashing, A, B, finding land, or C, there really is no third option. So there is always a third option. Remember that. Remember that. In any decision you make, there is always a third option. No matter how unclear and impossible it may seem to get a third option of anything you're doing, there is always a third option. Always a third option. What the hell would this? Or, ha! Bam! Third option. Or, if, I guess there's more than one, because I could cut back if I wanted to talk to about more stuff. But, if I, no. Because then, that point just renders itself moot. I said I would cut back to when I figured out what the third option would be, but that's why I would cut back. That's the third option, why I would cut back, to tell you what the third option was. So that does not work. That is not the third option. But there is a third option. There is always a third option. I'm making gestures with my other hand, like you can see it. And just, Italians, bibba-da-baba-da-boo. Baba-da-boopy? Peter, you can't speak to him just because you have a mustache. Shush, Peter, I'm speaking Italian. Shush, Brian, I'm speaking Italian. So I'll just be back. Yeah. So, lo and behold, I actually kind of gave up on actually boating. So, this is, yeah, I was like, oh, what's the thing? So I went from 3,000. So, okay, so, yeah, ocean biomes, like 20,000 blocks long. Almost 20,000. Yeah. Why do you even feel it's necessary to have a 20,000 block area of the game that you cannot use? You cannot use it. There is nothing even in them. Squids. Oh fucking boy. Squids. Not like I can't get that in a river somewhere. Like, they're useless. Like, they should be at like 1,000,000 blocks. Or be like 1,000 blocks, or like 5,000 or something. Not 20,000. They can go up to I think 50,000 blocks. It's like the farthest the ocean biome can be. Yeah. Fucking reasons, that's why. Oh, we need to take out the farlands. I'm not done complaining yet. You're not parsing code. I'm not done complaining yet. Alright, so why? Oh, we had to take out the farlands, so let's just fucking put in endless oceans instead. So I gave up. I just took my boat back, changed to creative, and flew. But I can tell you that for the next 10,000 blocks, there is land. I've not gone farther than that because I was like, oh, 20,000? I was increasing by increments of 10,000. So I got to 30,000. And then I was like, oh, that's too far. And then decrease, and then decrease, and then decrease. And then bam, I'm here now. So now we can begin anew. Why? I don't know why my mouse wasn't locked. I did not want to fly all of those, that whole length, because partially for the reason that it would then load every single 10,000 chunk. Every single chunk in the 20,000 blocks to get here and just boost the file size of this save, and I did not, like, there's no need for that.